I got interested in solar cells when I was quite young because it seemed a very attractive way of making electricity from sunlight. But initially we were just trying to do something useful in the area. But in the early 1980s we realised that we had a real chance of setting a new performance level for solar cells. So it's been a long and steady process. Since the 1980s we've been working on steadily improving the performance of the cells, and it's been a number of small steps. So the good thing about working in this particular area is that you can measure the performance of the cells, so it's very easy to tell when you've done a little bit better. So a number of small steps over a long period is what really got us to the 25% efficiency level, and many of those improvements are now being used commercially. Yes, so solar cells have been on the market for many years, but the applications for them have been quite specialised. We've had some of our solar cells on the market since the early 1990s, and just over recent years, with the photovoltaic industry growing so rapidly, there's a lot more companies that are now using our technology commercially. So we're seeing higher and higher efficiency cells come onto the market. The cells have been economic now for about 30 years, but only in very specific applications. So in remote areas where there's no conventional supply of electricity, they've been the cheapest way of making electricity for a long time. But what's been happening is, as the costs of the cells have come down, the range of applications where they are economic has increased. So it's just been a steady progression to larger and larger markets as the cells have become cheaper. So eventually we think the cells can become inexpensive enough that they'll be the cheapest way of making electricity. The present ways of making electricity are really quite complicated when you go through the whole process of burning a fossil fuel and generating heat to turn turbines that move magnets that make electricity. So it's quite a long and complicated process, and it's only inexpensive because it's had over 100 years of development. So once solar technology has had a similar amount of developmental effort, I think it will be cheaper than the present way electricity is produced.